Why would I believe in atheism, bro? Like, what are the fruits of atheism? It's eugenics. Hitler was an atheist. The problem with atheism, bro, is you're your own God. Therefore, morality is subjective. It's relative. You know what I think with relativism? I think black people should be enslaved. That's what they did in the 1800s. How can you tell me I'm wrong? What about Hitler? What about in the 40s when I think Jews are subclass humans? Kill them all. I want to be my own God. That's called the Ubermensch. That's the fruits of atheism, eugenics. This is social Darwinism. Any way you want to hit it, bro, Christianity is the best way to live.
Thoughts on, even though what you preach is one of the most followed religions, there's still
other
8
religions,
million people, and only a fourth of them follow what you believe.
Yeah, I would say much less than that, bro. It says 50% of the world here in the West, at least in the West, are Christian. I would say probably about 5% are born again. So the question is, like, how do we disprove other religions?
Not really how you disprove, but what makes you
sure about this? Why this one or the other ones? The history. I don't follow this because like it's just like a magical sky daddy. Hinduism as an example, that's fake. You can even search up, bro. Like, I'm not trying to like, be mean, but like they worship millions of gods. You ask them, are these gods literal? Dude, I'm trying to follow someone who is literal, not like some imaginary thing. They'll say no, it's mythology. Greek mythology, it's not real. It's the closest one would be Judaism and Islam. Buddhism has no god, so those are already, and they don't make truth claims. Jesus makes a truth claim that he is the way, the truth, and life, and what that means then is then everyone else is false. So the only ones that would come after that would be Islam and Judaism, and so we go to the fruits of that. We go to the history of that. Islam's anti-historical. Islam says that there was never a man, Jesus didn't get crucified, but we know 2,000 years ago, search up secular scholars like Bart Ehrman, that there was a man named Jesus who lived and died. First century historians, Tacitus, Josephus, it's undeniable there was a man named Jesus Christ who lived, walked, and died. Now what's up for debate is did he resurrect? That's what's up for debate. But a matter of him walking and living, that's undeniable. But the Quran as an example says no, Jesus wasn't crucified. But that's anti-historical. And I debate a lot of Muslims, there's a lot worse arguments they make. But I would say there's the most evidence on Christianity. To answer it simply. The most evidence, the most benefits. Christian countries are the happiest countries in the world. They're the most affluent countries in the world. That's why people immigrate here to Christian countries. When's the last time people immigrate to Muslim countries or immigrate to Hindu countries? They don't. It doesn't happen. So the West was built by Christian values. The fruits are the best. Morality is the best with the Christian system. I can go into the morality of other religions, which you don't want to because it's bad. A lot of religions don't even have morality. Buddhism is just whatever makes you happy. Like you're a tree, you're a bug, you're a plant. You know, I'm not trying to be mean, but like there is no morality. Do whatever gives you good vibrations, right? It's equivalent to New Age. Does that make sense? Like, and so we go into morality. The Christian God gives us morality. New Age doesn't, because by that logic, like what if I like little kids, you know, but it gives me good high vibrations. Am I still good? No, the Bible would say no, but New Age would be like, yeah, as long as you have high vibrations, right? As long as you feel good, you're your own God. No, that's objectively wrong because the Bible says it's wrong. But keep going. That was a great question, by the way.
Okay.
Keep pushing back.
What are the consequences? A lot of religions have consequences for not believing, for not following, not practicing. For your religion specifically, what would you say are the consequences for not following, not believing, not being?
That's a great question. Yeah, it's a great question. Well, number one, you go to hell. If you're not born again, you go to hell. Yeah, that's really it, bro. And then also, I would say if you're not Christian, look at the fruits of it, bro. We live now in a much more secular atheist society. Look at the fruits of this, bro. 72 genders, abortion rate. There's 1 million abortions every year in America. By 2030, 50% of women are going to be childless and single. So the divorce rate's never been higher too. The fruits, when we have a Christian system here, so our law is heavily dictated off the Bible. The West was built by Christian values. When we remove the Bible, hell breaks loose. That's what I would say. Just search this up too, bro. Search up the happiest countries in the world. They're all Christian countries. That's secular. That's from Pew Research. That has nothing to do with like whether you're born again or not. You have to convince me as an atheist or whatever, why would I believe that doctrine? Even, let's just say none of them are actually true with salvation, which they are. If they're not, what's the benefit? Why would I believe in atheism, bro? Like, what are the fruits of atheism? It's eugenics. Hitler was an atheist. The problem with atheism, bro, is you're your own God. Therefore, morality is subjective. It's relative. You know what I think with relativism? I think black people should be enslaved. That's what they did in the 1800s. How can you tell me I'm wrong if morality is subjective? What about Hitler? What about in the 40s when I think Jews are subclass humans? Kill them all. I want to be my own God. That's called the Ubermensch. That's the fruits of atheism, eugenics. This is social Darwinism. Any way you want to hit it, bro, Christianity is the best way to live. Practically, fruit-wise, happiness-wise, eternal salvation-wise.
Okay.
Boom, that was a good question.
Sweden themselves is a...
now it's becoming secular, yes.
They're slowly becoming secular.
Actually becoming Muslim now. That's what happens when you remove the Bible, man. Yep, Islam's going to kill or convert, but go ahead.
But before then, they had a very large abortion rate.
Yep.
Especially when removing people with disabilities.
Yep. And you're right, they do now. That's a good point. Down syndrome, they kill them. That's sad, eh?
Do you believe that this is a product of the religion that they followed?
This is a great question, man.
What religion do you think that was?
Great question. I like this, bro. These are the good questions, man. I want the hard ones. Yeah, so that is exactly the fruit of what I just said. When you remove God and morality is subjective, you just prove my point. Down syndrome people, they're subclass humans. Take them out. If there's no objective standard, the Bible says that we're all created in the image of God, and murder is thou shalt not murder, right? The definition of murder, search it up right now, is premeditated, unjustified taking of innocent life, right? So what I usually do this with abortion, but with the Down syndrome person, it's premeditated because I know what I'm doing, and it's unjustified because you haven't committed any crime. The Bible says that that's wrong. Atheists now, Sweden, all these places are becoming secular, including the States. God is moving away, right? It's coming in, this is end time prophecy, but anyways, yes, that's the fruit. You're right, but that is objectively wrong, but the atheist can't say that. The atheist has no morality. The atheist is whatever makes me happy. Imagine this, okay? This is a can of Coke, this is a can of Pepsi. If I shake both up, these are neurochemicals in our brain. If I shake both of them up, okay? How can I say which one's better and which one's worse? Because they're just neurochemicals in my brain. It's just fizz. That's the atheist worldview. My neurochemicals say that, you know what? All brown people should die. Your neurochemicals say all white people should die. Who's right? That's atheism. Even the last thing I'll say, Richard Dawkins, if you don't believe me, the most famous atheist, he says there is no good, there is no evil, only pitiless indifference. There's no such thing as good and evil, bro, in the atheistic world. So atheism is cooked. That's gone. No one wants to be like that. Yeah, you don't want to be a Muslim. You don't want to be. I mean, Hinduism. I'll be honest. Like, there's really no truth claims to that. There's no history with that either. And it's not trying to be mean. Like my parents were atheists my whole life. My best friends were Muslim. I debate Muslim all the time. So keep going.
Why do you think we're seeing a larger amount of people, especially in the West, move away from religion? Yep. Especially in atheism, you know, especially in like the 18th century, Friedrich Nietzsche with the idea of the Übermensch, his idea.
Boom! That's how Hitler was inspired.
Replace the idea of a religion. Yep. He saw that the industrializing world around him wasn't able to suit religion. So
yeah, great, very good questions.
In your perspective, you know, how does that differ? What do you think is the rise of atheism?
Why? That's a great, fantastic question. I like how you said this, bro. So yes, Friedrich Nietzsche, a very popular philosopher. Number one, do you know how he died? Like what happened near the end of his life? Syphilis, yes. Asylum. There you go. So I mean, already he died because he went crazy. Part of it, right? We can say it's syphilis, but he went crazy. So the fruits of that didn't work. Number two, look at the fruits that he created. The Übermensch. Hitler was inspired by that. Very heavily inspired by that. So that's the fruits of that already. And I would say he's wrong. Yeah, he's objectively wrong. To answer your question, why is atheism rising? Because it's sexy, bro. Everyone wants to be their own god. Simple as that. We don't want to be held to a moral code. Right? Like, I want to have a bunch of sex outside marriage, but I don't want no sky daddy to tell me that's wrong. Heck no. You know what Hitler and the Übermensch they're going to do? You're fine, bro. You're good the way you are. In fact, you know what? You don't like what that guy has? Why don't you just take it? Right? Why don't you kill him? You see, we always, as men, well, as logical thinkers, we have to go to the furthest logical conclusion of something. The furthest logical conclusion of atheism is what? It's eugenics, man. If we're being honest with ourselves, why do you think there's 1 million abortions every year? There's no moral code, man. It's as simple as that. So the reason it's rising, bro, is a fantastic question, is because we don't take accountability. The Bible says that we suppress the truth and unrighteousness. God's law written on your heart. We know, bro, that if I were to like steal candy from a kid, we all know intuitively that's wrong. But what we do is we suppress the truth and unrighteousness. We have a seared conscience. So people, you know what they do when they see this, bro? They walk on by and they laugh. You want to know why they laugh? They're amnestizing themselves. They're numbing themselves. When they hear a street preacher, you laugh. You think, oh, that guy's crazy. You have to justify and cope and tell yourself that because your spirit's bearing witness. I promise you, man. You're a very smart dude, so this is good. That's how I came to Jesus, like you. What is going on, guys? I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I wanted to finish it here by letting you know that this ministry Christ Developed is 100% funded by you guys. If you want to continue to see the sharing of the gospel, the exhorting and encouraging of other Christians, or coming against antichrist doctrines, you guys can gift into this ministry. All proceeds go towards exactly that, allowing myself and my wife Mallory to hit up these universities, festivals, events, you name it, and to boldly proclaim Jesus. On top of that, guys, a lot of you ask for further evangelism, apologetic, or polemic coaching. That is always linked down below as well. If you want to hit the universities yourself, further strengthen your doctrine, or be a better disciple for Jesus, sponsor open down below. There is always merch as well, and we'll finish it there. Thank you so much, have an amazing day, and we'll check you in the next video. Till then, much love.